with certain shows we have more, and with others, it depends on the negotiation with the producer. So, anyone else?
Can I ask a question about that? Can I ask you about
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a show, or how common or rare is it for a show to go through your entire approval process from a one-pager rather than like
Okay, I have a good example of that actually. We have a show that's starting in September. It's called Dating Guide.
Yeah, I know Dating Guide.
Okay,
I
well
work
there you
with
go.
Marlene.
Okay, well that was I think it was a paragraph.
Wow.
We went into development and now we have 26 episodes.
But they have a pedigree. Like they're a known entity.
Well, they were. Well, I mean, you know, we knew Mark and we knew Matt, but we didn't really like, they weren't like super well known or anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, we did go from a one-pager to now it's, but that's the only time I've seen it happen, so.
So more often is it pilots that make the green light?
Not a pilot. It's a Bible, scripts, things like that. You can go all the way to a pilot, but like I tend to say to people is before you put a lot of your heart and soul into something, it might be good to come pitch to us or YTV or whoever you think your show fits for and say like, I have this idea, do you think it's going to fit with you? It's just that our needs change constantly, so in 6 months could be different. So, you know, it's always good to give me a call and say, hey, are you still looking for boy comedy? And we might not be, I don't know. So it's a little hard to say because the industry is always changing. And we might have had like 5 shows done for boy comedy, so now we're like, okay, we don't need any more boy comedy right now, we're going for something else. So, anything else? Yep.
From seeing the design change and stuff like that, so would you say the most important part would be the writing? And
Yeah, writing is key. I mean, like a good script, if you can put it down on paper and make us laugh, if you're going for comedy, like that's awesome. Like when I hear my production executives in the office like bursting out laughing, that's awesome, that's really cool. You're like, all right, you know, where you've got a kick-ass show coming up. So yeah, so that's good. The writing is, and we can work on the designs, like that's not a problem.
yeah, that was like a second question, was like, do you guys look at the pitch and say, okay, well this is great, we can work on the design?
Of course, yeah. It's not because the designs, if at first we're kind of like, yeah, you know, this is a great pitch, like this is a great idea, but designs are a little iffy, we'll work with you on that. That's what we're there for. We'll work with you every step of the way. So, anyone else? Yes.
Can you tell us when you'll be done your second round of reviews? That's kind of a personal question.
June 23rd.
All right.
Okay. So you can call me like June 29th because we're moving, so I need a little time to unpack my boxes. So yeah.
On behalf of the students here, could I ask a question?
Of course.
Could you just take us through what would happen from the initial phone call or initial email?
Okay.
Just step by step for someone who's never done anything like this before.
Step by step from my point of view or from their...
Well, what they would expect to encounter, you know, if they contacted you.
Okay, if you contacted me, I guess the first thing I would tell you to go fill out that little sheet that I showed you before. It's on our website. And then to send it back to me with whatever material you have so far. So if you have a script, if you have designs, send everything to me. Then we'll take all this material, and we're trying to do this more regularly. We didn't have a director for a little while, so we kind of have a backlog with everything. But we try to do it every 4 weeks to have a review of the projects that have come in. So we'll review your project. We'll look at your pitch sheet, and see. But like I said, if you're pitching something that we don't need right away, unfortunately it's going to be a pass. But if it's something that we might find interesting, like Mike has a project that's now in second review. So we're going to take it to the group and we're going to review it further. Because the first review is very quick. It's kind of like, okay, read the synopsis, look at the designs. Okay, fine, this is a pass. This is, okay, this could be interesting. Pass, interesting. So we do that. And then we have a group review where we take like right now we have 40 in group review of, I believe it's like 280 submissions that we've had so far this year in 2010. So then if you then if it's interesting, we would get back to you and say, hey, you know, can you come meet with us? then we can discuss going into development. And if we did decide to go into development, that's where we would say, okay, well, let's develop a Bible. You should write 2 scripts and give us some designs for the main characters. We would do that. It can take up to a year, sometimes longer, so it's a little bit of a long process, but that's pretty much what you can expect.
Would there be an advantage to coming in with, say, a full script, or would a synopsis do?
Yeah, synopsis is fine. Synopsis is fine. Maybe some storylines as well. That's always interesting, so we can know where you're going. Yes.
Just curious, say a person who's pitching the show, you said that you mentioned had some character designs.
Yeah.
What if that person can't draw?
You don't have to have characters.
Oh, okay.
Ever. Like, it's not a problem at all.
It just helps.
Pardon?
Just helps?
It doesn't really help either. Like I said, you can pitch from a 1 sheet to a Bible. Like, if you don't have character designs and you have a great story, what you need to do is pair up with a producer. And that's where you would start to do your character designs. But a synopsis, like the 1 sheet that I showed you guys, or a couple storylines, that's ideal. That's pretty good. But you don't need character designs necessarily, because we can get to that stage. But you will need a producer.
Any suggestions on how to connect with a producer?
Well, you have to get out there. That's all you can do is, see the producers in your area. Fortunately, right now there's a ton in the bigger city centers. There's not a lot going on in Montreal right now. We have a lot in Toronto. We have some in Vancouver. We have development with Halifax Films. But it really is just get yourself out there. Go pitch it. That's all. Go to the festivals. Go to Ottawa. So I think that's the best thing to do. That's it.
They're notorious.
Wow. We're really good.
I'd like to say something kind of in support. There's a lot of people here starting out and see Teletoon and the broadcasters as really this kind of big entity, just a big office, and it's hard to approach. It's really not that at all. If you go to things like Jalloo, if we Dominique, if you go to a festival, you'll meet these people, and they're people behind the desk just like you. What I've found amazing is you can have a conversation. It's not necessarily, yes, it's a process for pitching, but the great thing, what I've been doing with them is I'm having a conversation about this project with them. And that's actually a really doable thing with Teletoon. Yes, there's a process and there's timing and you have to go through these things, but you can have a conversation with Dominique about your project. And I remember starting out, there's a lot of pressure to have this pitch package, this formal thing, what has to go in it. Get your idea down on paper one way or the other and get it to them. If it's something written or if you've got whatever it might be, just get it to them. They're going to talk to you about it. If you've got a good idea, just bring it to them.
And you can't be shy to call or to email and to ask questions because, like he's saying, we are a very open broadcaster and we do take the time to answer everyone. So, if you want my business card, if you want to email me tomorrow and ask me a bunch of questions, it's fine. It'll be my pleasure to answer your questions. I do it for everyone else who asks me questions. So, really don't be shy. It's not a problem at all.
You have a lot of business cards?
I have 30.
I'd suggest 30 people get here and get Dominic's business card.
Sure. So, okay. Well, thank you all for coming and